So I uploaded a video yesterday and that didn't go too well, did it? The video was me showing off an exploit within the game and how to use that exploit to get crafting materials faster, and surprisingly to me, it got a lot of negative responses. I've been asked to take the video down quite a lot of times, but I haven't taken it down because I still feel like that it is a video that a lot of people on the internet will find very helpful. My goal with my channel is to help the viewers and the players, and a very big amount of viewers and players have asked me for a tutorial on how to level up fast or get gear fast, etc, etc. So I spent almost literally night and day trying to find the best and the fastest way to level up, or in this case to get crafting materials. And then when I share my method, I see a lot of people say that they are disappointed in me, or that I'm not a true gamer, just a cheater. Both of those accusations I find very weird because, one, if you're disappointed in me right now, I have to ask, what kind of content did you expect from me post-launch? I mean, you surely must have expected some tips or tricks to get stuff faster in the game, and if you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I never just stop at the top layer. I'm not just going to tell you the obvious, no, I keep digging until there's nowhere left to dig. Previously it was for information, and in this case it is the best way to go about getting crafting materials. I could have uploaded a video telling you, hey, this is the map, this is where you can find the crafting materials, they have a respawn time of 2 hours, and this is the best route you can take around the map to farm those. That video obviously would have put the people who wanted the crafting materials fast on an endless mission taking up a lot of time, and they wouldn't even get the crafting materials nearly as fast. The video wouldn't have been nearly as helpful, but I bet you that it would have gotten a lot more positive responses. So my conclusion on why people have these negative responses comes from the second part of the comments. People are considering this to be cheating, and a good amount of people do not like cheating, rightfully so. I spent this amount of time on collecting the items, and thus I also want everyone else in the world to spend that amount of time on it. I worked hard for it, and so should you. That's the mentality that some people are having in the comments. But it doesn't really work like that in games, ever. No matter what game you play, no matter how you play it, there will always be ways and tricks to level up just that little bit faster. Whether those ways are very minor, like the order in which you complete missions, or somewhat bigger ones, like having a spot where the same enemy spawns over and over and over again and you can kill them for freely, there will always be ways to level up quicker. And many different people have many different opinions about this. To begin with, there are obviously the people who would say that completing missions in the wrong order to level up faster is not cheating, but that killing the same enemy over and over again is cheating. Then there are the people who consider both to be cheating, and then you have the people who consider both ways to be smart ways of leveling up faster. Now, what I want to ask you, to all my viewers, to everybody that's seeing this right now, where do you draw the line? At what point do you start to see the tips and the tricks and the smart ways of leveling up as cheating? Obviously, you have the very black and the very white. You have the people taking their sweet time playing through the game 100% like it is intended. And then you have the people straight up using aimbots and wall hacks, which is the other end of the spectrum. But somewhere in the middle, that is where we have to draw the line between what is cheating and what is just cleverly leveling up. If we look at some other games, like for example RuneScape, there are people who, in order to level up fast, they do the same thing over and over and over again for 12 hours straight per day. Leveling up in that game takes incredibly long, but there are people who found little tricks and little things they can do to make it go faster. Now, another player is doing the exact same thing. 12 hours straight, over and over and over again, but instead he doesn't play himself. He uses a bot to sit through the boring part. Now, everyone on this planet would obviously consider the guy with the bot to be cheating. The reason for that is because he's using third-party software to give himself an advantage time-wise. But if you look at it from a technical standpoint, the guy who's doing the little tricks and doing the same thing over and over and over again has the advantage, time-wise, over someone who plays it more casually. Now I know that when a player uses third-party software that is considered cheating, there's no arguing about that. But now let's look at, for example, another game, GTA 5 for example. Remember when the game launched and GTA Online just came out? At that time the game had a couple of missions that were rather easy to complete, but gave you a relatively big reward for completing them. Now you had players playing that mission over and over and over again in order to level themselves up faster. Now, would you consider that cheating? I surely don't. It is pretty much exactly what everybody in RuneScape is doing almost every time they play it. Doing those missions is the most effective way to level up. I would consider this as farming more than anything, and farming isn't cheating. But now let's look at the division, and for this let's take a couple of different scenarios. Say you want to go about getting crafting materials, so what do? First up, you go into the Dark Zone, you get some loot, you extract it, and then you deconstruct it. You're going back into the Dark Zone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to collect those items for crafting materials. Would you consider that cheating? No, I don't think so. I think that's farming. But now let's say that you have a spot within the Dark Zone, or multiple spots, where enemies keep spawning very shortly over and over and over again. This allows you to kill them faster and thus extract loot faster and get more crafting materials. Would you consider that to be cheating? Not by me. I don't think that's cheating, but surely some people do. Take it a notch further. After you extract the loot, you do not deconstruct the items. Instead, you sell all your items to a vendor, which will give you a lot of money. Then you just go to another vendor which sells you low-level equipment, you buy that, and you deconstruct those items for more crafting materials. Is that considered to be cheating? No, I don't think it's cheating. I think it's an effective way to go about getting crafting materials. Yes, you are creating an advantage for yourself over other players time-wise, but people are always doing that. In every game, people right now in the Dark Zone are roaming around in certain patterns to kill the NPCs in the fastest way possible. Everybody that I have met in the level 30 Dark Zone bracket so far is doing that right now. Everyone. I'm not lying. I have the footage to back it up. Right here I meet a group of players and the first thing that they say, oh yeah, we're just farming around.
We're just doing rounds of all the camps, like we're doing library, then up to level 4 cleaners, then across to level 4 LZ. If you're just following me or Nico on the left, we just hammer through them. We're just grinding levels just to get 30, 50.
People right now are switching between servers in order to reset easy missions, or get crafting materials faster, or in order to get the shop to sell different items. Nearly all of the players that I have met are trying to get a little bit of an advantage in bigger ways. And that's normal. This game is about loot. People care about loot, and they will find the best ways to get that loot. I think a lot of the hate is coming from the set of people who want to play the game through 100% like it is intended by the developers without any tips or tricks. But on the other hand, they also do not want other people to get ahead using these tips and tricks and methods that they consider to be shortcuts. I think those people right now are feeling very forced to use all kind of tricks in order to keep up with other players, which in their opinion ruins the game for them. And the fact that I released that video will spread the information out, so now more people will know about it, more people will start to get ahead, and they're just feeling like whatever work they put into the game is not going to matter since people can use these tricks to level up faster anyway. They are feeling that they spent more time and effort on achieving the same thing, and that is what pisses them off. But as I said earlier, that is your choice. In these type of games, loot and experience is what drives people forward. People are always going to find something to speed up that process, and had I not posted this, others would have found it not even a week later and maybe uploaded it themselves, or kept it a secret so only they could abuse it. This video that I made it common knowledge. Besides that, it's not even a software bug. I'm literally just using the features of the game in a smart way. I do not agree with hacking or hardcore cheating or stuff like that, but the only reason that I can find to take this video down is so that the people who actually take their time and want to play the game 100% like it is intended and do not want to level up fast, do not fall behind. And I'm not going to do that. If you do not want to power level or farm items in a game where the sole purpose of the game is to get more and better items, then that is up to you. But then, please do not complain when there is a hardcore audience out there who will use any trick that they can find to get ahead. Whether you use these tricks or not, that is a choice that you make. It is the same choice on whether you go around in the Dark Zone in patterns to grind experience the fastest way, or just wander around taking your time. Those are two different ways of playing the game, and they will give you two different results with your character. If Massive or Ubisoft thinks that this exploit is too much of an advantage, then it will get fixed soon enough, just trust me on that. And if they don't fix it, then everybody can use it and the playing field is just as fair as that it was before. This is what I have to share with you today. If you don't want to use tricks and tips to get ahead, that's fine, but have some respect for people with another playstyle. Thank you very much.